Hello everyone, today we'll be focusing on arithmetic operations on the topic of order of operations. So you may be wondering, what is the order of operations? What kind of questions involve the order of operations? Well, let's begin by reading a short summary on what it is all about and how we might apply it in our own mathematical journey. The order of operations is the order in which the arithmetic operations should be done when solving a calculation. BODMAS or BIDMAS are the two mnemonics or an acronym commonly used in Australia. BODMAS stands for brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. BIDMAS stands for brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. This is the order in which the operations must be carried out. Multiplication and division are done in the order they are placed left to right. This rule also applies to addition and subtraction too. Orders is defined as powers or roots. It is the same as indices. So firstly, let me draw you an acronym so it's easier to visualize everything first. BODMAS. BODMAS and BIDMAS basically mean the same thing, so it doesn't matter which one you decide to memorize. So B for brackets, O for orders, D for division, M for multiplication, A for addition, A for addition, and S for subtraction. So this is the order, and one thing is, memorizing BODMAS is absolutely essential in mathematical equations because this is the rule that you will have to carry out in everything you do that involves more than two of these functions. So, before we start unpacking the acronym, let me first expand on what orders actually means. You may have not come across this yet, but there are certain things in maths known as indices. Indices basically are a small number on top of a bigger number that tells us how much the bigger number is multiplied by. For example, in 7 over 3, it means the bigger number 7 is being multiplied by 7 3 times. So if you were to visualize this would be 7 times 7 times 7. So this is basically what an indices is. You may not encounter this in your everyday maths, but if you do, just know that it comes before all these other functions like division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Let me erase this. Continuing on, another thing you might not have encountered yet is brackets. This one's a lot simpler to explain. Basically, if an equation has a bracket in it, as you can tell, since it's at the top, you need to solve what is within the bracket first. So let me give you an example. Let's say you were solving 2 times 3 plus 1. While we might be tempted to do the multiplication first because it's at the start, and also multiplication is quite high on the BODMAS scale, we know brackets come first, so we have to solve the equation inside. So actually, we'd have to go 2 times 3 plus 1, which is 4, and it would be 8. Finally, as aforementioned, in BODMAS, multiplication and division are interchangeable, and subtraction and addition are also interchangeable. Let me show you what I mean. So, for example, in a simple equation like 3 plus 2 minus 1 equals, we don't know, you could technically go 3 plus 2 minus 1, so you could start with the multiplication, so you could start with the addition, and it would be 5 minus 1, which equals 4, or you could start with the subtraction, so you can go 3 plus 2 minus 1, which is 1, which will also give you 4. So it basically gives the same answer. It might be easy just to do it in the order that it's showed, but you can do subtraction and addition, and the same with division and multiplication, whatever way you would like. So Let's do some examples. Let's say A, we have 3 plus 2 times 6 minus 8. How would we do this using BODMAS? So, number 1, we'd start off with the brackets. So the brackets would be 3 plus 2, which is 5, and then we times by 6 and minus 8. Second step, we would have to do the multiplication, because multiplication is over subtraction. So then it will be 7 times 6, which we know is 30, minus 8. Now, number 3, we just do the simple subtraction. So it will be 30 minus 8, which is 10 minus 8, which is 2, and 2. So the answer would be 22. Let's do another example. So, B, let's say there's 4 times 6 plus 18 divided by 2 plus 2 minus 1. So how will we do this one? Well, once again, we know brackets are first, so we start off with the brackets. So your first step should be solving what's in the brackets. So it'll be 18 divided by 2 plus 2 minus 1, which is 1. Now, second step. Since multiplication comes first, or we can do division first, either way it's fine, but let's just do the multiplication first. So it'll be 4 times 6, which is 24, plus, and then we can do the division, which is 18 divided by 2, which is 9, plus 1. Now since everything is the same function, we just quickly do the rest. So it'll be 9 plus 1, which is 10, 24 plus 10, and then 4 will be 34. So the answer would be 34. So that's essentially how you would do these questions in the correct order of operations as listed with BODMAS. So let's do some more complicated questions. So this example here, find the symbol which replaces the triangle in the following question. Okay, let's write up the BODMAS so we don't forget how to do it. BODMAS, so we know it's BODMAS. Now we have on the side, we can start. So once again, we know that brackets are first. So we need to do what's in the brackets first, no matter what these symbols represent. So firstly, we can go 33, square, 15, triangle, and we do 24 divided by 2. We can quickly do the division at the top here. It will be 2 divided by 2, which is 1, and 2 divided by 4 is 2. So then it will be 12 equals 36. Now we have our primary numbers in this equation. So this is a small tip. We know that it won't be division in these numbers, as we know that 36 is a whole number, and if we do a divide in one of these would give us remainders. Like, let me give you a quick example. If we were supposed to divide maybe 15 divided by 2, that will essentially give us 1 remainder 3, which will definitely not be the answer, because we know that 36 is a full number, so these numbers cannot be division. Once again, multiplication is also quite unlikely, because 36 is quite a small number, and by multiplying one of these, this will give us a number that will be well above the hundreds. So through this logic, we can suspect there will be either subtraction or addition. So from now on, we can guess and check it. So let's start off with maybe 33 minus 15. And if that's a minus, and we know 36 is the answer, it has to be a plus, because 33 minus 15 is less than 36. So we can try plus 12, which equals, okay, then we just quickly calculate it. We know addition and subtraction are interchangeable, so we can technically do this whatever way we want to. But in this case, we can just quickly go 33 minus 15 is 10 minus 5 is 3, which is 8. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So we know that's 18. So then we can go 18 plus 12. So then we can do 18 plus 12. In the top right here will be 8 plus 2, which is 10, and 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is 3. So we get 30. And 30 is clearly not 36, so we know that can't be the answer. So let's try replacing it with another set of symbols. So let's try maybe 33 plus 15. And we know 33 plus 15 would go way above 36, so the next one should probably be a minus 12, which then equals, so let's calculate this. We'll have 33 plus 15 minus 12. So like I said, you could do these in whichever order, but I'd like to do the one that's more convenient to me than the order that it gives you. So for example, 15 minus 12 is much more manageable than 33 plus 15 to do it on top of your head, because we clearly know 15 minus 12 would just be 3. So in this case, we can just quickly do this, which will be 3. So it will be 33 plus 3, which equals 36. So that's correct, and that's correct. Therefore, the missing symbols would be plus and minus. Therefore, the triangle would be a minus, and A would be the answer. So before we end the video, I'll give you a quick sum up. Firstly, brackets are always first. Secondly, division and multiplication and addition and subtraction are interchangeable, and I recommend to do them in the order that you think is the most convenient for you, like in this case where we did 15 minus 12 first instead of 33 plus 15. And thirdly, please remember the acronyms of BODMAS until you can start solving these equations correctly without thinking about it. So, I hope this video helped you, and good luck for any future questions you might have that involves BODMAS. Bye!